This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, recording is in progress. Okay, so you were left with, at our last meeting, homework assignments. Okay, and there we go. Okay, so this is your cover sheet. Everyone can see that okay? And you can expand that. We're building a study manual, and so you should have this as the cover sheet of your study manual. Okay, everyone got that? If anyone doesn't have it, you need to let me know. And then once you open your manual, this is the cover sheet for your physical properties of natural gas and combustion analysis. Okay, and then you had a homework assignment. It was to read this, okay, and then to also read this book, okay, and answer the questions on this first exam. So that's what we're going to go over first, okay? Did everybody get their homework done? This is the one we're going to start with. So of course you can see it there on the screen, so that makes it easy for you. So there are going to be questions on the actual exam about this stuff, physical properties of natural gas and combustion analysis. I used to know the percentage and breakdown of the exam, but they've changed the exam a lot. But I still believe that there's probably about somewhere around 5 to 7% of the exam is based on this stuff that you guys were supposed to do as your homework. So we're going to start with this one. All right. Well, we'll start with Carlos. Carlos, on your physical properties of natural gas and combustion analysis, what's the correct answer to number 1?
It is A, non-toxic.
And where did you find the answer?
In the sheets that you gave us, the physical properties of natural gas. It is the third. What is it? It's like the third paragraph, so it's right there. I don't have it highlighted, but it's right there.
What I recommend is that you take a highlighter.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now. I just realized I didn't do it, so.
Okay. Highlight it, and that should be in your book, your little study guide you're putting together. Okay. That way you'll know where to find it when test day rolls around. Okay. All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
Okay. What about the second question in there? Let's see. Let's go to, do you know how to unmute yourself, Robbie?
Yes.
All right. Okay. What is the answer to number 2, and where did you find it?
Well, actually, I didn't get to that part because I read all the chapters that were assigned to us, but I'm going to go with C for it's an order as an order.
You're going to go with C. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. For an odorant. And that's also was found in the physical properties of natural gas. So I'd go back over here and in there, find where you got that answer and highlight it. And then this sheet will go into your study guide that you can take into the exam with you because it is an open book exam. All right.
Okay.
All right. Good job.
Will do. Thank you.
Correct answer to number 3 is D. You found it in the physical properties of natural gas. Correct answer to number 4 is also D. We found that in combustion analysis and fuel efficiency, page 16 and 18. Correct answer to number 5 is B. You also found that in the physical properties of natural gas, combustion analysis, and fuel efficiency, page 26. It's also in the good practices book on page 119. So go ahead and highlight those. You're going to want those in when your study guide when you're going to take your exam. Number 6. Let's see. Let's try someone else. How about Turner? Turner, did you do your homework?
Yep.
Okay, what did you get on number 6?
I got D10,
Okay,
and I found it in that cafe book, the whatever, I just abbreviated it, but
Yep.
it's on. I found it in the table on page 122.
okay. It's also on page 14 of that book, and it's in the physical properties of natural gas. So the answer to 7 is 0.98, the specific gravity of carbon monoxide, 0.98, and that was found in this handout, Physical Properties of Natural Gas. All right. And so if you read through it, you'll find that answer down in here. Talks about vapor density and all that. Okay. So does that mean that carbon monoxide is lighter than air or heavier than air? If air is 1, if you read your handout and did your homework, who can tell me, is carbon monoxide lighter than air or heavier than air?
Lighter.
Lighter, right?
Lighter.
A
Has a
bit
vapor
lighter.
density of 0.98. It's a little lighter than air, so it's going to do what in a house?
It's gonna float to the bottom. Stay in there.
No, if it's lighter than air, it's going to go up, right? Carbon monoxide wants to go up in the air. Okay. All right.
It's early, man.
Let's see. So the answer to number 8, the ignition temperature of natural gas. The answer is D. You'll find that in the physical properties of natural gas, combustion analysis and fuel efficiency, page 122. The correct answer is B, butyl mercaptan, and you'll find that in the physical properties of natural gas handout that I gave you. Okay. So if you read the handout, if you actually take the time to read the handouts and do your homework, instead of throwing them in the garbage or whatever, you'll have a really good chance of passing this test. All right, let's keep going. Number 10. Let's see. Ryan, Christy, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. I can't hear you though. Awesome. All right, let's go back over here. Number 10, propane vapor. Answer is B, 1.56. Physical properties of natural gas is where you would have found that answer. Okay. It's also in this book. Okay. All right. 11. I'm just going to go through this because it's obvious that a lot of you didn't bother to do it, so I'll just go through it. And so the answer to 11A, the most harmful byproduct of incomplete combustion is carbon monoxide. That's in chapter 8 of this book. Okay. 12, natural gas is, best answer, lighter than air. That's in the physical properties of natural gas, also in the, the book, Combustion Analysis, Fuel Efficiency, page 2 and page 121 or 122. 13, the ignition temperature of natural gas is none of the above. Okay. And that's in the physical properties of natural gas. Again, this handout that I gave you down here at the bottom. And as you find, or as I give you all these answers, okay, I recommend you highlight them and they end up in your folder that you're going to build. All right, so the folder, and it's not going to show up very good. Your 3-ring binder or equivalent that you're building as your study guide. I can promise you this, if you walk into the test with a bunch of papers wadded up in a manila envelope or something, they're not going to let you take that in. You need to have a well put together study guide, okay? So let's keep going. 13, the answer is D. 14, the answer is A. You'll find that in the properties of natural gas and in the combustion analysis book, page 2. 15, answer is C. That's in the combustion analysis, fuel efficiency, page 87. Okay. Number 16. Let's see. Anyone get that? Kurt Daly, welcome back to the program. Can you hear me?
Sure. I got number 16. I said it said that low concentration carbon monoxide can go undetected and contribute to nagging illnesses. I didn't write down what page I got it up.
Okay.
Page 88.
It's on page 88, combustion analysis book. So on this book here, go to page 88 and you will find the answer to that question. And remember, the RMGA test is an open book exam, so you can take these books. I don't know why this doesn't show up on the camera so well, but my book has 3 holes punched in it, so I can put it in my 3-ring binder to take it in when I take the exam. That's what I'd recommend you do. Number 17. By the way, thanks for doing your homework, Kurt. Let's see, who do we got here? Let's see, Carlos. Blake, can you hear me and can you talk back to me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. What'd you come up with on 17?
D, page 90.
Okay. D, page 90. Great. Okay. And 18. Let's see. Alan.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What'd you come up with on 18?
18 is also off page 90.
Okay, great. Thank you. I'll just finish the last 2 off for you. 19, 200 parts per million. That's on page 93 of the book. And when it comes to carbon monoxide, CO knowledge, service providers do what? And if you turn to page 95 of the book, so I don't know, Tren, how about you turn to page 95 of the book and finish that number 24. Do you have the book, I guess, first of all?
I do.
Okay. Turn to page 95 and finish that answer off for the group, please.
Knowledge service providers test for CO going into a building and test continuously until they leave.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's where you find that at. All right. So that was your first homework assignment. And again, this will all be recorded. So for everyone who didn't take the time to do it or couldn't find the time to do it, you can go back and watch this recording and just get your book assembled so that when you go to take your test, you're not carrying a whole bunch of loose papers and fumbling around. So we had another assignment over here. It was to read chapters 1, 2, 3, 6, and 8 and answer the chapter review questions preceding each chapter. So show of hands, how many of you actually did it?
Can I raise my hand halfway?
Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you did it. Okay, so we're gonna go over that just to make sure that everyone got the right answers and know where to find them. So we're gonna start with chapter 1. So the chapter 1 review questions. Everybody got their book, and you would turn to page 10 of the book. That's the chapter 1 review questions. Everyone ready?
Yep.
Okay, good deal. All right, I'm just gonna go through this and just I'll answer these ones for you, and then you guys can go back and highlight them and stuff or whatever. But number 1, solid and liquid fuels burn. The answer is false, and you'll find that on page number 1 and also on page number 8, okay, of this book. Solids do not burn, liquids do not burn. It's the vapors, okay? All right, number 2, fuel vapor from solid and liquid fuels burn. Well, that's true. That is on page 1. Number 3, propane is a liquid at 60 degrees Fahrenheit and atmospheric pressure. That is false. You'll find that on page 3 and page 125 of the book. Number 4 is true. That's on page number 2 and page number 3 of the book. Number 5 is true. That's found on page 9 of the book. Number 6 is true. Page 2 of the book. Number 7 is true. Page 3 of the book. Number 8 is false. Page number 7 of the book. Number 9 is true. Page 8 of the book. And number 10 is also true. Page 6 of the book. Okay? So I would go into the book and find those answers to those questions and highlight them, because you can take this book in your manual into the test with you, and you're going to have questions about it. All right, so our next one was chapter 2, page 24, which is the chapter 2 review questions. Kurt Daly, did you answer the questions?
I did, whether I got it right or wrong.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead then and take the chapter 2 review questions. Start at number 1. You don't have to read the question, just kind of go slow so everyone can keep up, but just tell us what you got and where you found it, and if you got it right or wrong, I'll let you know. Okay?
I got true for 1.
Okay, and where did you find it? It's on page 11 is the answer to that question. What'd you get for number 2?
I got true.
It's on page 11. I want you to go to all those pages and find them and highlight those answers, because again, this is an open book exam when you go to take it, and the quicker you can find the information, the easier it's going to be. Okay, all right, keep going. What'd you get for 3?
False.
False. Okay, where did you find that at? It's on page 14, page 17, and page 22. What'd you get for number 4?
False.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is true, and that is found on page 14 and page 16 of the book. Okay, what'd you get for number 5?
True.
True. Good, and that is found on page 16 and page 18 of the book. What'd you get on number 6?
False.
That's false. That's incorrect. The answer is true, and the answer is on page number 20 and page number 21 of the book. What'd you get for number 7?
Yeah. True.
Actually, the answer is false, and that's found on page 19 of the book. Okay, what'd you get for number 8?
True.
True. Okay, and that is on page number 21 of the book. Okay, what'd you get for number 9?
True.
True. And that is found on page 16 of the book. And the final question?
True.
True. And that is found on page 14. Tramp air. So many of you may not have ever heard the term tramp air. Tramp air is excess air, or air that gets into the process that shouldn't necessarily be there, okay? If you read the book, it explains it all to you. All right, good job. Thank you, Kurt. Okay, so we have to go to chapter 3. We had an assignment for chapter 3. Again, this is going to be stuff that's going to be on the real exam to get your certification. So let's see. Let's go over to, hey, Carlos.
Yep.
You read the book and did the reviews?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I want you to take chapter 3. Start us off. Number 1. What's the answer and where'd you find it?
It is true, and it's on page 25, 31, and 34.
Awesome. Absolutely exact. page 25, page 31, and page 34. Okay, continue. Number 2, what'd you get?
True, and it's 31, 32, and 34.
Perfect. Okay, number 3, what'd you get?
True, and it's on page 31.
Awesome, brother. Number 4, what'd you get?
I got true, and it's on page 32.
Thank you. Okay, number 5.
True, and 34 and 31.
Very good. Number 6.
Is true, and it's on page 33, I believe.
Yes, it is. Number 7.
It is true, and it is on 28 and 33.
Excellent. Number
And
8.
8 is true, but I don't know. I don't have the page written down.
Okay. That one's a little tricky. They actually don't talk about that one until the next chapter, but anyone who knows HVAC knows that that's true. And the fact that they put that question in this chapter review when they actually talk about it in the next chapter is kind of silly, but that answer is true. So,
And then
okay.
number 9 is true, and I got it on page 30.
Very good. And the last one?
It is true, and I got it on 28 and 31.
Perfect, man. Great job. Thank you, Carlos. Okay, our next chapter review was chapter 6, page 80 of the book. Okay, did you do the chapter 6 review?
I did, but page number, but I wrote
What's that?
all my answers are from the book.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and go through. So you know all the answers to the questions for chapter 6, right?
Right.
Okay, what did you get on number 1?
1 is true.
Okay, and then did you say you did read it and you know what page you found it on?
I don't have the pages.
Okay, it's on page 69 of the book. Okay, what'd you get on number 2?
True.
Okay, that is also on page 69 of the book. What'd you get on number 3?
False.
That's incorrect. That is true, and that is found on page 70 of the book. What'd you get for number 5?
4, not 5.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. 4?
Hey, true.
True. Yes, page 70 of the book. Number 5, what'd you get?
True.
True, page 70. What'd you get for number 6?
True.
Okay, number 6 is true, and it's found on page 70 of the book. Okay, what'd you get on 7?
False.
That is incorrect. Okay, the answer to that is true, and you'll find the information on page 72 of the book. Okay, what'd you get on 8?
True.
True, and that's on page 74 of the book. What'd you get on 9?
True.
Okay, very good. That's also on page 74. And what'd you get for number 10?
True.
Okay, and that's just general knowledge, guys. I hope y'all got that true. All right, we had one last chapter to go over, and that was chapter 8, but there was no chapter review on that one, but rest assured, you'll want to read chapter 8 to go in being prepared for your RMGA exam. We also had another homework assignment, and that was green sticker and general safety. So in your book, after your physical properties of combustion and that, then you're going to have a cover sheet for your green sticker and general safety. That way you know where to look if you have a question. That's how I put it together, so you have sections you can turn to. And part of your homework for that was to answer all the questions that were on this exam and tell me where you found the answers. So, show of hands, how many of you did your homework for this? My friend Carlos, since you did it, we'll let you start off with what did you get for question number 1 on the green sticker and general safety?
It is the not responsible, and it's on page 11.
Okay, so absolutely right. and it's, if you have an old book, it's on page 7. If you have a new book, which is the blue colored book, which I have here, let me pull it up so you can see it. Okay. So, and I sent a copy of this to all of you. So it's on page 7 and it's also on page 11. Okay. So I would highlight that because you can take that into the test with you. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back over here to the green sticker cover sheet. Okay. We're going to continue, Carlos, with you for a few more questions. Number 2, what did you get on that one?
It is the responsibility of the installer, and it is on the front page, page 1. It's like the top.
Yep, it's like the first thing out of the book. Okay, the responsibility of the installer. Okay, so it's right up there in that information. All right, very good. Okay, what'd you get for number 3, Carlos?
Refuse gas supply or gas service, and that is on page 11.
Okay, page 11 of the new one. If you have an old one, it's on page 7. Okay, but I sent every one of you a copy of this new one. Okay, but if you're working off an old one, the information's on page 7 on the old one. Okay, we'll let someone else take over. Let's see, it was Blake, or no, it was Alan who was raising 2 hands. Alan, so take over on number 4. What did you get?
Number 4 is natural gas certification and your identification.
And where did you find that in the book?
I didn't write that down. I would assume it's on page 11.
They
are all on the same page.
It's on page 1, right at the beginning. Okay.
Oh, dang it.
So you'll want to find it and highlight it.
Damn it, Alan.
Okay. As long as we're going, what did you get on number 5?
Number 5 shall fill out the green sticker and make it visible to repairman. Page 1.
Okay. Page 1, very good. All right, and what did you get for number 6?
Connecting and disconnecting service. Page 11.
Okay, it's also on page 7 of the older books, if you have the older copy. Okay, we'll switch over to someone else now. Let's go up to Blake. Can you hear me, Blake? And can you talk back to us?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what'd you get for number 7?
Before leaving the appliance, the installer, page 12.
Okay, very good. The answer is on page 12. If you have an old book, it's on page 8. Okay, what did you get for number 8?
With an open plane, page
Very
12.
good. Page 12. Okay, and in the old book, it's on page 8. Okay, number 9, what'd you get for that?
Shut off gas.
Okay, and page?
12.
Okay, page 12 in the new book, page 8 of an old book. Let's go down to, Carlos, go ahead and finish it off for us. What are the last 3, 10, 11, and 12?
Okay, under no circumstances shall workers leave a premises without either stopping all leaks or shutting off gas. And I didn't write the page number on that one, but then number 11, if you find a meter or service regulator is leaking, what should you do? Notify Questar Gas at once. I wrote down page 12, but I can't find it on there. And then number 12 is manufacturer's installation instructions of all gas appliances shall be followed unless there is a conflict with local code, and that is on page 13.
Very good. Okay, so here's the key. Or the answer sheet, that's what we call it, is the key. So I'm going to just scroll through this very slowly so that when you go back and watch the video, you'll know where to find the information. Okay. All right. Okay, that was your homework assignment for your first day. We're gonna start into gas line sizing.
Can we just power through it if everybody has the time? That way we can review it since you're gone next week.
Okay, let's just
I mean-
power through then, and we'll go over everything. So, all right. So here's the deal. In your book, you're gonna have this handout that I sent to you. Did everyone got that handout? That'll be your next placeholder in your book, gas pipe installation and sizing. Okay. And then you're gonna have a little practice exam, and all the answers to this exam, there's 35 questions, is in the good practices book. Okay, so you need to have this book in order to find the answers, or the app. Okay, so I'm gonna try something here real quick because I've got the app on my iPad. And I think I figured out the technology to share the app with you. So hold on a minute while I see if I can do that. Okay.
RMGA. So it's
I'll
like a
try
class.
this. Do that. Now let's see if my iPad will do a screen broadcast. All right, it's working. Okay, this is the Good Practices app, guys. It's got all kinds of cool stuff in it, but meter and gas piping here. So, oh, can you guys see this screen that I'm showing you first of all?
Yes.
Okay, so you can see the app. So like section 3 that I just clicked on, okay, talks all about meters and gas piping and everything. It's basically the book on an app, so you can use it on your phone. It's a really good app, okay? And
What's the app called?
it's called the Dominion Energy Good Practices app. You just go to the App Store, and they have it for Android and iPhone and all of that. And the other cool thing about the app is it has some calculators in it. So let's see. Back. So it has calculators. So it will do calculations for you, like we're going to learn how to size gas line. Well, you can use the app, and it makes it really easy to help you size gas line. I'm going to teach you how to do it the old-fashioned way. The problem when you take the exam is they won't let you take your phone or your iPad and use the app on the exam, which I think is a little bit shitty of them because they don't produce the books anymore. They went to the app, but they won't let you use the app while taking the exam. So that's why you're going to learn how to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, everyone can see the screen now with the PDFs on it?
Yes, sir.
All right, good deal. Okay, so your homework assignment is you're going to complete this. Okay, and again, you'll have 2 weeks because I'm taking next Thursday off. And then you're also going to learn how to size gas pipe. Okay, so let's see here. Which one is it? Oops. Okay, what I need to do is move that one over there. So, gas pipe sizing practice. These are all the steps to size gas line, okay? And you'll find this on page 51 and 151 of the Good Practices book, okay? So the first step to sizing a gas line system is you find the BTU input of each appliance. And let me make this bigger so that you can all see it good. Whoops, not that big. Okay. All right. Can everyone see that okay? Or is that too big? There we go. Okay, everyone can see that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, gas pipe sizing. When we're sizing gas pipe, the first step is you have to convert BTUs to CFH, cubic feet an hour. And you use the following formula. The appliance input rating divided by the BTUs per cubic foot, okay? So if you go to page 123 and 126 of the Good Practices book, it gives you specific gravity and BTU content and duration multipliers and all kinds of information for everywhere in Utah, okay? So if you need to know what the BTU content is of something or specific gravity of something or the elevation or a duration multiplier, these are the pages where you would find it, okay? And then also, let's see, on page 51, okay, it talks about sizing gas piping, and we always use the longest run sizing method. That's what we're going to learn how to do, and that's the only method you want to do is the longest run sizing method, okay? And it takes you through examples, shows you everything that I'm going to show you up here, okay? So first thing we need to do is find the BTU input of each appliance and convert it to cubic feet using the following formula, okay? Then we find the most remote outlet from the meter. This is the only distance that you will use when sizing gas line. You'll use tables on 55 and 56 of the Good Practices book. You select your most remote distance. Now note, there's a page for a 4-ounce system, which 4 ounces is most every standard residential system. I'll bet every one of you that has natural gas has a 4-ounce system on your house. There are also what they call high pressure 2-pound systems, okay? I have a 2-pound system on my house because I used a manifold system, and we'll talk about that later, but there are 2 different pressures you need to be aware of, because if you're sizing a system with 4 ounces of pressure, but you're over here on the 2-pound system, you're going to get wrong answers. If your distance is not listed, always use the next longer distance. Remember, this is the only distance you will use for every appliance section in the gas piping system. The mistake I see guys make is they start trying to size individual branches, but you only use one number, the longest run in the system, okay? Now, once you get down, they've got this chart in here, and I've just got a snippet of the chart here, but I'll show you we'll go back to the book and look at the whole chart. But here's an example. Let's assume we need 300 CFH, and the most remote distance is 30 feet. First, find the 30-foot length. So I come down the chart to 30 feet, okay? And I need 300 CFH, so I go across. 95 won't cut it, right? 199, 374. 300's not listed, so always go to the next larger one, okay? Everyone with me so far? Okay. And then what you do is you simply, once you find the CFH you need, is you go up. Oh, on. Technology is great when it works. You go up to your pipe size. So in this case, I need 300 CFH, and I've got to go 30 feet. I'm going to need a 1-inch pipe to get there. Okay. You guys with me so far? We're gonna do an example of that. Okay. But that's how you size gas line, and it's over here in the book. Okay. And here's that chart I was just showing you with all the lengths. Okay. And then you come over, these numbers are all BTUs converted to CFH. And once you find the number you need, you go up and get your pipe size. Okay. So let's go back over here. Okay. Makes sense. Everyone good with that? Any questions about that before we actually pull up a gas line schematic, and I'm gonna size one with you, and then I've got like 8 more that I'm gonna have you guys work on as part of your homework. But is there any questions to this point? No, I'm not seeing any hands raised or no one talking. Okay, so I'm assuming you're all on board with me. Jordan, you're confused? What are you confused about?
He's always confused. Don't worry about him.
Okay. All right. So, because the first step number 1, is convert BTU to CFH. That is the first step. So I've given you a handout where, guess what you got to do? You're going to take every one of these BTU inputs and you're going to convert them to CFH. So that is your homework. So remember, you're going to have this little practice exam with 35 questions. The only way you're going to be able to answer those is to use the book or the app. Okay, so that's homework number 1. Homework number 2 is convert all these BTUs to CFH, because that is, step number 1, first thing you got to do. And that's where I see guys make their mistake, because they forget they got to convert BTU to CFH, or cubic foot per hour. Okay, and there's all the information you need to do it. And again, this is an open book exam. Okay, all right, so now let me go see, where did I put it? I'm going to pull up, give me 1 second, get rid of some stuff here. I'm going to pull up a gas line schematic, and I sent you guys a bunch of attachments, and a bunch of them were gas line schematics. While I'm pulling this up, did everybody get their attachments and their gas line schematics? Okay. I see everyone shaking their head yes. If anyone didn't, what was that? Okay. All right. So the first one we're going to do is this one. Okay. Everyone see that schematic on my screen? Do I need to make it bigger? And you should all have a copy of it.
Well, let me find it though.
Okay. I emailed you all a copy of it. I'll make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to do this one with you, and then the rest of them that I sent to you, that's going to be your homework. Okay. Okay, does everyone have this schematic in front of them? If you don't, you need to let me know. I guess that's the question I should ask. Who does not have this? All right. Looks like we're all good. Okay. So when you take the actual exam, they're going to show you schematics like this, and they're going to ask you to size it. It's going to look exactly like this. Okay. First thing you need to know is what pressure you're working with and where you're doing it. So we are working with a 4-ounce system, natural gas in Moab. Okay. That's important information we need to know. So we're going to start off with Carlos. Can you tell us the answer to this question? What is the most remote distance on this gas line schematic?
28.
What's that?
28.
28, okay. So can you kind of explain to us how you figured that out?
So you kind of added them all up, and then so it's just, the first length of gas is 5 feet. Second section is 15 feet, and then you got 2. It's leading to 2 places, but obviously 8 is bigger than 3, so you add all those numbers up, and you came up with 28.
Okay, so you pick your longest distance. So 5 plus 15 plus 8 equals 28. If you measure those all out, 28 feet is your most remote distance. That is the only number that you will use, okay? So you write that down. Most remote distance, 28 feet. Okay, now we've got to start. Sorry, did someone have a question? Okay. Anyone not understand that process? Okay. Next thing we got to do is we got to start sizing each section and branch. Okay. So we're going to start with section 1. But what is the first thing we have to do? We have to convert BTUs to CFH. Okay. Well, section 1 supplies gas to every single appliance, correct? Okay. So what do I got to do first?
Add up all the BTUs.
Okay, so if I add up all those BTUs, okay, so we've got, let me move this over here. I've got 25,000 BTU, whoops. Yep, 25,000 BTU fireplace plus a 35,000 BTU water heater plus an 80,000 BTU furnace. So section 1 has got to be able to service 140,000 BTUs, but I've got to convert that to CFH, correct? What is the formula? How do I do that? So we'll go back over here. The formula can be found on page 51, but it's the appliance BTU input divided by BTUs per cubic foot. Okay, so I'm going to go back over to my schematic. Okay, so I know I've got the 140,000 BTUs, correct, that we came up with, but I've got to convert that to CFH. Now I'm in Moab, so I'm going to go over to the good practices book, and I've got to find the BTU content in Moab. Okay, and that's going to be down here on okay, so I go in here and I got to find Moab, right? Hey, there's Moab right there. What is the BTU content for Moab?
923.
All right, very good. So according to our book, we take our appliance BTU input divided by the BTU input per cubic foot. Because we're working in Moab, okay, we know we need to divide our 140,000 BTUs by 923, correct? Everyone with me so far? Go back to our schematic. So 140,000 total BTUs, but we got to convert it to CFH. I divide that by, again, 923. Divided by 923 equals 151.67 CFH. Okay. So that first branch has to be able to carry 106 or 151.67 CFH. Is everyone with me so far? If anyone is confused or doesn't understand, raise your hand.
On your app.
What's that?
The table's on your app.
Yep. If you have the app, this thing is super easy. It'll do it for you on the app. Unfortunately, you cannot take the app into the test with you. So you got to know how to do it old school. Okay.
I just want to know where the tables are so I can look up your thing, 'cause I ain't got an old book.
Oh, so if you go into the app, right at the beginning, there's down at the bottom, there's kind of 4 little elongated dots. Click on that, and it should have a listing that says tables. Find it?
Yep.
Okay. So that will have all these tables in it. Okay. All right. So again, we're in Moab. We know 923 now. So now we can go back to our schematic. So we know section 1. Okay. So here, do this. So we know that we have 28 feet there. And we know we need 151.67 CFH. Okay. That's how much gas that section 1 needs to be able to carry or supply, because it's feeding the entire system, correct? So to find the pipe size for that, I go over to my good practices book, or if you have the app, it'll do it for you. Okay, go to my good practices app, and I use 28 feet. That's all I care. Oh, but wait, 28 feet isn't listed, right? So what number do I use if my number's not listed?
The number above. The number
Oh,
above.
it is the highest. Go up to go to the next highest number. Okay, so I'm going to go to 30 feet, and I'm going to go across until I find 151 CFH. Well, that won't cut it. That's only 95. And 150 isn't listed, so I go to the next highest one, 199. And then I simply go up this chart, and it tells me that I need 3/4 inch pipe. So I come back over here, and I plug in pipe size, 3/4 inch. Whoops, that's 3/4 feet, 3/4 inch. Okay. Everyone with me so far? Any questions? Anyone totally confused or freaking out? Okay, I'm going to let one of you size section 2 for us. So let's see. Robbie, go ahead and turn yourself on so you can talk to us and the rest of the group.
Yeah, you would pick on me, wouldn't you?
Of course. You guys all know Robbie is an insulator. He is you've never worked on furnaces, right, Robbie?
No, this is why he's kind of scaring the crap out of me here. So.
Okay, don't worry. You're going to get through this. Okay. 'Cause if you just do this stuff, if you do what I'm showing you, you will pass this test. I promise you. Okay. So
Okay.
I want you to size section number 2 for us. So section number 2 is this section right here. Okay. So let's start with, we already know our most remote distance. What appliances is section number 2 servicing for us, Robbie?
Looks like going toward the furnace.
Okay, furnace. And?
The water heater.
Water heater. So what do we got to do? We got to add up those BTUs. So we have 80,000.
Plus 35,000.
Whoops. Dork. Is 115,000. Now what do I got to do next, Robbie?
So we got to convert that to CFH.
Okay, and what is the number I'm going to use because I'm in Moab?
Help me here.
Okay, so I'm going to go over to my good practices book or the app. Which one are you using, the book or the app?
I'm just watching the screen here. I don't have either.
Oh, okay. Well, I emailed you this book in the first email I sent out. Okay, so right here, Moab.
So, well, 923, right?
923. Okay, that's the BTUs per
That's
cubic
BTU.
foot.
Yeah. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so now let's go back to the schematic and our calculator. Okay, so 115 divided by 923.
23. 124.59.
Okay, absolutely. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write that in here in this box. 124.59. Okay. Now, Robbie, what size pipe do I need for that branch or that section? How am I going to figure that out?
Got to go back to the thing, the
Got to go back to this damn book, right?
damn book.
Or the app.
Yeah.
The app will do all
Mhm.
this for you, but you can't take the app into the test.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah. All right, let me get rid of these ones. All right, so again, we only work with one distance, 28 feet, okay? So we're staying on that same one there.
30.
And we go across until we find something that will give us,
Okay,
see, half-inch won't do it, right, Robbie?
So it looks like we got to go to 3/4.
We got to go to 3/4, okay? And we read up the line again.
3/4.
Yeah, 3/4.
Hot
So
damn.
come back over here and we put our pipe size in.
3/4.
3/4. Okay, Robbie, who's never worked on a furnace, but who is the best damn insulator in the program, you just
stop
sized
that.
your first gas line. How hard is it?
Not too bad.
As long as you follow the instructions and follow the book, it's pretty easy, right?
Yep, follow the book.
Follow the book, read the instructions.
That's my
All
mantra.
right.
Read the instructions, follow the book.
There you go. Perfect. Mr. Brandon Nez, can you hear me okay? Are you going to start crying?
I am.
I can hear you, Brandon.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Can you size this next one for us, the fireplace?
Alrighty.
What do we got
I
to
would
do
just
first?
throw on a 6-inch.
Got to do first.
All right, so you have to calculate your BTUs. Section 1, there's only one appliance to it, so it's 25,000.
Okay, so we take 25,000 because that's what our fireplace is. Okay, let me kind of move my calculator over here out of the way a little bit. There we go. Okay, because now they're asking you this line feeding the fireplace has got to be what size? So it's 25,000. So how do I convert that to CFH, Brandon?
Go to the chart.
Okay, so I go to the chart. It's on page 123.
I'm trying to upload my good practices book. My computer's not cooperating with me.
Ah, okay. Well, remember, we're in Moab. We're 923. In fact, what you could do that would make life easy for you is once you know what number you're working with, heck, I would just go ahead and take and put up here 23. That's my number that I'm going to divide every one of them by. Okay. So I take 25,000 divided by 923 equals. Okay, so what do I need in there? 27.08 CFA. Okay, how am I going to figure out what size pipe I need to feed that? Where am I going to go to get that information?
To the other chart, the sizing chart.
Uh-huh. Okay, so we're going to delete that guy. Delete that. Okay, remember, we only use one length, the most remote length. In this case, it was 28. There is no 28, so we use 30. Okay, and I need, what do I need again? 27 CFH, right? Hey, it looks like that line needs to be a 1/2 inch line, correct? Let's go back to our schematic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, this isn't too hard, is it, guys? Brandon, how many furnaces have you worked on, or how many gas lines have you sized in your lifetime?
What's a furnace?
What's a furnace? There you go. Okay. All right. So now we got to do the furnace. So let's see. Let's have Tren. How about you? Good.
Okay, so we're going to take 80,000 BTUs.
Okay, so we're going to take 80,000 BTUs.
And we're going to divide it by 923.
Okay.
Gives us the 8667.
Okay.
And then we're going to go over to our chart and go down to 30 because there's not a 28.
Okay.
And so 95 would work, and it's going to be 1/2 inch.
All right. Very good. Perfect. How many furnaces have you ever worked on, or sized
Roughly
gas lines in your?
Furnace is about 5.
About 5. Okay. So you're a newbie. Whoops.
Yes.
But this isn't too tough, is it?
No.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Okay. All right. We got one more left. The water heater. Mr. Kurt Daly. You size that water heater up for us? Take us through the process. What's that?
We'll try. So
Okay,
we got 5,000 BTU.
Okay.
Right. 923. You get 3791.
Okay, so we need 37.91. And how do we figure out what size pipe we need for that?
You go to your graph and you get 28 feet of pipe. So you got to use your 30 mark. Then 95 will work, so you go to 1/2 inch pipe.
Okay, very good. Okay, you guys just sized your first gas line system. Okay, I sent all these handouts to you in the email. You've got, we did the first one together. You have 1, 2, 3, should have 3 more. Let's see. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3. Okay, you should have 3 more handouts that you need to size as part of your homework.
Figured out.
They're all in different cities. One of them is using a different pressure. So remember, you got to make sure, okay, convert to CFH. Make sure that you're using the right pressure, okay? There are 4-ounce systems and 2-pound systems. When they give you the schematics on test day, this is exactly what they're going to look like. They're going to have a pressure, and they're going to tell you where it's located, and then they're going to ask you questions just like we did here that you've got to figure out. So just to reiterate, so we all understand, your homework is to finish the rest of the schematics, to go through this process of converting BTUs to CFH and put all the answers in, okay? And answer all these questions using the good practices book. And all of those should go behind the cover sheet in your folder that says gas pipe installation and sizing. Okay. Any questions, comments, concerns, confusion, anything before we end this session?
Wade,
Yes.
is there a reason you're writing everything out to the 100th instead of just saying
habit for me.
37 CFM?
Yeah, you can just go
CFH.
37, 86, 27, 124, 151. It's a habit I have. So yeah, you can just go. You don't have to go out to all the decimal points. It's a bad math habit I've acquired, because some stuff you do, you've got to go down to the hundredths. But for this, if you just go, you can use 151, 124, 27, 86, 37, you'll still get the right answers, okay? I had a class where someone didn't understand rounding, and I said, this could be 152, and they're like, what is rounding? You guys all understand rounding, right? I don't have to explain rounding to you. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay. This video will be posted hopefully by the end of the day on our YouTube site, and I'll send you the link. Also the one from day one. I sent you all everything you need to do it, so you should have your cover sheet, this practice exam that you need to answer, and tell me where you found the answers. All the information on how to size gas lines and an example, a practice on converting BTUs to CFH. I emailed you the very first email, everyone. I emailed this book out to you. So if you don't have it or lost the email or whatever, if you need it, email me or call me or something so I can get you another copy. And then you're going to have a few more of these schematics that you've got to size. So you've got 2 weeks to get this all done. So let me get my calendar up here and let's decide when we're going to meet again. Hold on.
Are you doing this because of the deer hunt? I just asking.
Asking for a friend.
Am I taking off because of the deer hunt?
Yes.
I'm going to be up in Idaho doing a little thing up there. In fact, you guys from Logan, when this meeting is over, why don't you hang out on the line with me for a little bit?
Okay.
So, is the 22nd good for everybody to do our next meeting?
I'm going to be gone.
Okay. It'll all be recorded, so that'll be okay. So so far only one person is not good with the 22nd, so majority rules. That gives you 2 weeks to do your homework, guys. Y'all good with that? If you will do your homework and utilize the materials that I give you, I promise you'll pass this test and get your RMGA certification. If you don't bother to do it, well, you won't pass the test, plain and simple. So, okay, if there's no further questions or concerns or comments, we'll officially end this meeting. We'll plan on meeting again on the 22nd at 8 a.m. I will send you out a link again. Also, I'll send you some more documents. On this day, we will go over all your homework, okay? And make sure you're understanding gas line sizing and all that stuff. And then we'll continue from there. So Okay. Everyone good? If you have any problems or questions, call me or email me anytime. That's what I'm here for.
Hello?
Okay. Well, if you're all good, you can leave.